The pills, probably. Let's just fire it up.
Pills.
Welcome to Four
Do at least like a 2-sentence explanation of what we're doing this time. You've been going a little too fast, I think.
I just want to drink beer. All right.
Just be
Pulling the rug out.
We're doing the intro. We got this, and
Four
this
Brewers.
week we're going to Colorado.
Okay.
We have some
All
beers in the winter. There's like 2 sentences.
Okay, I got it.
Colorado.
Welcome to Four Brewers. My name is Matt Becker, and as always, I'm joined by
John Holzer.
Jason Harris.
Greg Nagel.
and we're again joined by Natalie and Nicholas. Hi.
Hello.
Hey.
Heyo.
We got a bunch of cool beers on. We're doing some Colorado beers.
Taking a trip to the Rockies.
Yeah, we are. Have we done an all Colorado show before?
Shit,
I don't know if
no.
we have.
No, we should have tapped the Rockies at the beginning.
How do we know if they're
the
cold? I
silver
don't see any.
bullets.
I don't see any blue mountains. I
Yes,
don't.
please
I
don't
see
go there.
red wax.
You know, they've retooled the blue mountains on the cans, and they're a lot more subtle now, and it actually looks kind of cool.
It's actually a
Didn't
thing
look cool
now.
before.
No, it was like this shitty little cartoon that turned like obviously blue. It looked like something off of like a
cartoon.
children's drink, but
So now
like
they look
if
like
you
more of a faded like tint.
yeah exactly, like it's like a cool looking
adults.
mountain, and then it
Still,
More
from
sophisticated.
from a pure branding perspective, just look at a Coors can. They made the mountains turn blue in a much cooler way.
all right.
And it's way not shitty now.
Yeah.
To
But the
start
beer is
things,
still crappy.
Yeah. To start things off, my boy Enrique from Hamilton Family Brewery.
My boy.
Actually took a trip to
Enrique.
Colorado, and he brought me back some stuff. It was kind of the genesis of this show. He had never been, and so he asked me like some places to go, and one of them was Prost. I'm like, you need to go to Prost.
Prost is my favorite spot there.
Dude, Prost is like this awesome German style brewery that their brew house was literally ripped out of a German brewery and
All
like
copper.
transplanted, all copper. They've got like the big ass like wheel valves, you know, like
Yeah,
everything.
They have like a
It's all in German.
workstation.
Yeah.
So, you know what
I
I
don't,
was
I don't
hearing?
think that works.
I
think it's just
talking-
like a you know the control
up
console
on the platform. I'm pretty sure the console works.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so.
It's
Does
all in
it?
German.
I've got a copper brew house fun fact, which I was talking to the guys at Ballast Point, because they just built that big copper brew house, but they, I guess, inherited it from somewhere else. They got it from like a decommissioned German brewery, much like that.
Yeah.
But Sierra Nevada, when they built their new brewery, they didn't have like a big brew house that they could get, but they wanted to build. So they had to like they brought coppersmiths out of retirement to come because there's just nobody left building that sort of stuff
Yeah,
anymore.
right.
They had to get guys who were like retired to come smith the copper tanks for the new Sierra Nevada facility in what, Virginia? Where
Yeah.
they are?
Hillsborough.
North Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina.
Yeah, yeah.
Nashville. That is so badass.
It's cool, right?
Yeah. But yeah, well, Prost is really cool because they're doing like really, really traditional German stuff, you know,
And
where they've
We
got
don't
like
have that in California either. There's not. I mean, Gordon Biersch, I guess, kind of, but
of.
you don't really have like we've got like
Sudworth.
McLeod, right? But we don't have like a German McLeod.
Well, I mean, like I think the closest was oh god damn
Taps
it.
is pretty German.
There's Sudwork.
Sudwork.
Yeah, they do really good German beers.
Yeah, Sudwork is the big one. And
Gordon
unfortunately
Biersch. And
now
Taps does really good German beers.
yeah,
too.
Sudwork though, like
But not
they
dedicated.
like Sudwork has always impressed me with their like German style beers, and it's kind of nice.
Samaritan's so good.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Kicked ass. Their Pilsner is really great. But it's also cool because they are branching more out into
Funky stuff.
Yeah. Weird. Like they did like an American hopped lager, like
Which is good for 'em.
kind of an IPA type thing, which is good for them because I mean they were one of the more underrated breweries in
Yeah,
California,
definitely.
in my opinion. But like this beer kicks ass.
The other
This
thing
is
I like
delicious
about
Pils.
Prost also has proper glassware for every style of beer.
Yes.
They just
Yeah,
love
yeah.
You can get an actual like
a Munich
big ass
Stein
dimpled
and,
mug.
You know,
you get your
if
And
somebody
they're all branded. You can buy them too.
if somebody sells
straight.
like a weird glassware cabinet or caddy or something, like I've got problems at home. Like I don't know where to put anything, and my shelves are overfloweth, and like there's stemmed stuff, and there's like different shapes, and it's all fucked up.
You need like a
you
whole
guys.
like glassware room at that point.
Yeah, it's gotten
Here's
out
the
of
beer
hand.
room, and here's the room you can go get your
Right,
glassware.
I've already got a room where all the beer is. I mean, should I get another shelf just to put all the glasses in there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
dude,
sounds like a real fucking pain in the ass.
Dude, we've got a hutch, and I just took the hutch over completely. Like the
Oh,
entire
yeah.
like top glass part of the hutch is just all my glassware, and I kind of have to like rotate shit out. I think I have like 3 or 4 cardboard boxes just full of glassware besides what's in there. It's insane.
Yeah,
I'm-
because I love glassware.
Yeah,
I'm finally free of shaker pint glasses. I have none in my house.
I use those as my basic like glass of milk.
Yeah.
It's water
Yeah, me too.
glasses.
Yeah.
Iced
Yep.
tea glasses.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
use them.
That's
And mine are
What do you
just
use, like a
Long
Sam
Island iced tea
Adams
glasses.
perfect pint for?
for his milk.
I don't have one of those either, unfortunately.
Really, I've got like they were giving them away free like crazy for a while, so I've got like 7.
Yeah, I think I've got some of those like hiding somewhere. I think I got rid of a lot of them.
They're
too.
not bad. They're
Yeah, it's fine. But I like the Libby like Belgian glass, you know, like kind of like the footed but skinny one. That's kind of like my general purpose.
my favorite is the Duvel tulip. It's big. You can fit like a whole pint in there.
I'm not a fan of that.
It's pretty
What?
heavy glass.
You guys are fucking out of
I mean,
control.
it's good for for the proper style of beer that's in it, but as an everyday drinker, I don't like that big tulip lip on it. It's
You don't
hard.
like these two lips?
on your organ.
in my mouth.
wow.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like the other one, I like the Teku.
Teku,
It's like
yeah.
it's so like pretentiously fancy, which I love. You know, no,
Yeah,
am I
we
alone
know.
on this?
It's all right. I mean, I have a few of them. I use them.
I mean,
but,
we've got 2 right here.
You know, the glasses I like are the ones that have beer in them.
Hey, there you go.
I'm a fan of the Spiegelau beer glassware set.
Yeah,
which are
that's true.
super
That's
nice.
a
But
good one.
they break really.
You know what glass I don't like is the IPA glass, the marketed IPA glass.
Oh, those are so fucking.
Yeah.
The weird, like,
stupid.
little handhold
Well,
thingy.
the thing is like
It's ribbed on the bottom because
For her
that
pleasure.
transfers
It's-
heat.
Well, what's that glass?
Yeah.
What's that glass you like? The
and the thing
the
is
Brewmasters.
thin as paper.
I haven't actually.
Brewmasters.
Then it's oh, is it
I haven't
like
actually
warm
like
up or
handled
something?
one. I just like I
But
like
that
it
looks
conceptually.
that's similar.
Just 'cause it's
Kinda.
cheap.
Do you guys
Except
know what I
it's-
like? I love football on TV. Shots with Gina Lee.
Wow.
Hang with my friends and twins.
Wow.
So bad.
This
It's
is
the Coors
happening.
Light commercial.
Oh.
I love burritos at 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
That was in the 80s, dude.
Bad.
No.
Parties that never end.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Dogs that love cats.
I'm just gonna go back and
and
make
twins.
dude. I'm gonna go back and like make more Men in Tights
I love-
I
references.
remember
And here's
seeing
the love songs.
parodies going and twins and not knowing what it was referring to.
I love
But that
quarterbacks
was in
eating
the
dirt.
early 90s.
But why twins?
I don't know. That's what it says.
Why
I think
is
it means like
oh,
titties.
No. It's
Pom
because
poms and short skirts.
no, I remember the commercial because they always had like twin blonde girls.
Right.
Yeah,
There's
so it was
twins.
like and twins, like yeah, you sexist asshole.
Yeah.
I was watching. They were referencing
You
this old
chauvinist
auto
piece of
commercial.
shit.
This is old car dealer commercial, and the guy's listening to cars. He's like, "I got this car for $14.99. This car for $199. Come to Ford, and they can't fly either." It's like what? And like and it would just be like an effect of him just flying, but it's just like it was the guy from Key and Peele, Keegan Michael Key was on and
okay.
talking about it, and I looked up the commercial, and it's great.
Those guys are awesome.
Just this guy, and they can't fly either.
Yeah, that happened. So pros kicks ass.
Did we say there's a theme for this show?
Yes.
Going to
Okay, I must have missed
Colorado.
it.
Yes,
Hence
we're
the twins.
We tapped the Rockies.
in the
Yeah.
Rockies.
We
just
just
know
making
that.
sure.
Is
Just
it
making
like
sure.
Twin Mountains or something?
I don't know.
I think there's like a lot of them.
Yeah, there's lots of
Grand
of.
Tetons.
It's a whole range.
They have a very wide range of mountains.
Now on Four Brewers geography lessons.
Welcome to Four Mountaineers.
Four Bramblers.
Four Babbling Brooks.
We're babbling brooks.
We're the Babbling Brook leading right into the Coors facility.
Questionable.
Please stop doing that. God, that's disgusting.
It's a babbling brook.
No, it's not.
No, that's
a babbling brook.
That is not.
He turned into Seinfeld. It's a brook.
That's a babbling brook. Let's do this. The other beer that Enrique was kind of to bring back.
Still see your water.
I don't think he has any interest in metal, but I told him to go to True, mostly to bring me back a bottle, and he did, which is super rad because True is about as metal as a brewery can possibly be.
Hey, who's making that Todd the Axeman beer I keep hearing about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
We want to talk about that.
Google that shit.
Yeah.
I got Life's Trade, which is a farmhouse ale fermented in puncheons. So not only is it from the most metal fucking brewery ever, but it's also a saison fermented in puncheons, which is
More-
also rad.
Are they more
metal than
than
Three
Floyd?
Floyds?
Twins.
Twins.
Burritos at 4 a.m.
It was Surly, by the way, who made the Todd the Axeman. Speaking of metal breweries.
Oh, yeah.
Surly's pretty metal too.
Surly's pretty, yeah, but none are more metal than True. I'm
Hell
sorry.
Satan.
Like they all can come close, but no.
Three Floyds did a Pig Destroyer beer.
They did.
That's
Lost Abbey
that's
is arguably-
true. But then they also have other beers that are not metal. True has all of their beers that are all metal.
All right.
And they have
So,
what do the signs say in the bathroom? Like employees must slash their wrist before returning to work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's Car Slayer
Yeah,
into
yeah,
the
yeah.
Or Carve Slayer. That's
Yes, Car Slayer into there. Yeah, so yeah, metal.
metal.
That's such a great
Although
sign.
the
Matt, you are
awesome-
splitting that 5 ways.
Yes, I know, but I'm keeping most of it for myself.
One of the neighbors of the brewery that I work in, they own a bodybuilding shop, and they have that sign in their bathroom, which is pretty delightful. And I only remember this because I went through my photos one day and saw that I took a picture of it. I don't remember taking that picture because I was a little bit drunk.
That happens.
Wow, that happens.
Yeah, we went there
Hashtag
for
brewery life.
We went there
Hashtag,
during.
I might have put myself to sleep on the brewery floor that night. That's fine.
Me and Nagel went to True during JBF last year.
We
and
rocked out.
the first thing I did before I had drank a beer when I got there first, I went to the bathroom just so I could take a photo of that because that's the first time I've ever seen that like thing, and I know it's everywhere now, but like it fits that brewery so perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it and I was like, that is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
I'd
their
like the
tap
record to
wall-
show that they're True with a V instead of a U.
Yes, they are.
Some dumbass
The
reason.
tap wall looks like a
Because metal, ass face.
True.
That's kind of common.
Never deny the metal.
What am I thinking of a band that did V's instead of God?
Wasn't it that like one with the heart logo?
Oh God, please don't.
Him? Him?
Yeah, the worst.
I don't
Love metal. Fuck you. There's no such thing as love metal. There's
I mean,
like,
I love metal.
There's
metal.
there's like asshole like fucking poser bullshit metal that you do. And, oh God. So this beer.
I do.
You fucking dick.
No, not
Greg.
you.
Oh.
Them. Not Greg Nagel. Greg Nagel would do like German industrial
Poison.
metal.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm guessing.
It would be like Kraftwerk.
Yeah, only metal.
Kraftwerk. Yeah, it would be Kraftwerk
So
meets poison.
Rammstein essentially.
Kraftwerk meets poison.
This
So
smells really
Rammstein essentially. Well, this smells lovely. Goddamn.
I get the yeast pour and it's very fruity, floral.
Yeah, it's fruity, it's floral. It's got some funk. It's
Yeah,
definitely
the funk
got
in there.
Definitely got some Brit.
The bready funk.
Some Brit.
Some Brit is it? Hey Brit.
Brit McKinsey.
Affirmative.
Yeah.
We don't say yes. We say affirmative. Yes, affirmative.
I poked one, he's dead.
The humans are dead.
I love
Dude,
the
this is
funkiness of it.
delicious. God damn. It's got like a lot of like peachy stone fruit notes happening. And it almost has like a peaches and cream.
Yeah, it's a little fruity.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Is that the oatmeal we threw in there from last
Yes,
year?
it is. Yes, it's the oatmeal rim.
Delicious.
Oatmeal rimming.
Can we not say rimming? Because that is.
Apparently, according to Untapped,
What is that? What is that?
Oh, never mind.
According to Untapped,
I
what,
don't know what
Jason?
that
That's
is.
another
Oh, there's
show.
all these variants of this with like mango and apricot and cucumber and all these shenanigans.
That actually sounds delicious. Pretty much across the board.
I don't know about cucumber. I've never liked cucumber in beer.
Yeah, I think we've had this thing before. What is happening with you two? The two of you are like still going on with the. Never mind.
Yeah.
Talking about rimming.
No, we're not.
Remy. We're talking about Remy, a beer from Taps.
Remy, yeah.
Oh,
Remy is the real name of X-Man Gambit.
It is. Yeah. It's
super hot.
Remy Lacroix or something. like that.
LeBeau.
LeBeau.
And,
Way too many weird crushes on like non-actual human people.
Like Gambit?
Like, oh God, Gambit.
What about
super sexy?
played by Channing Potato's Gambit?
No.
All right. Oh, sorry, that's what you get.
I think Gambit played by Channing Potatoes might increase the odds of me having a crush. Just saying.
Channing Potatoes.
Charming Potatoes. Yeah, he's kind of a dreamboat.
Wait, are we talking about actually Channing Tatum?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, he's too buff. Gambit was never that buff. He was a lot more
Suave.
You gotta be
Yeah,
buff
it
to
was lanky
be.
and suave.
Here's
No.
the thing: in Hollywood, being buff is the difference between being like a headliner and like a supporting
stupid.
guy.
That's
like
dumb,
look at
but that's another show.
Chris
Chris Pine?
Chris Pratt.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah, that's true.
He was like
well, hang
he
on.
was like a little bit
He was
heavy.
Captain Motherfucking Kirk. So
No, that's Chris Pine.
Chris Pine. Sorry.
Chris Pratt is from the.
But also Chris Pine, also not super buff.
Chris
so,
Pratt was in
But he has those dreamy blue eyes.
You know what? You know what's funny? I was just watching the movie Smoking Aces. Do you guys remember that? It had like everybody in it. It was weird. It was kind of a heist movie. It had
Yeah.
like, but Chris.
Was it in Reno?
Yeah, it takes place in Reno, and it's got like Jeremy Piven, all these people are trying to assassinate him, and like Ryan Reynolds is an FBI agent, and Ray Liotta's in it, and like Ben Affleck is in it. A lot of people are in it.
Ryan Reynolds was not hot until he was in Amityville Horror.
This was after that, I think.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is Ryan Reynolds was like the
before that
Berg.
he was a kid.
Yeah, he was Berg in stupid Two Guys and a Girl in a Pizza Place.
Moral of the story is Chris Pine is a weird white supremacist redneck in that movie. Like in one of his early roles, I was like, hey, it's Captain Kirk.
Oh, nice. So who is Chris Pratt? Who is he?
He's
from Parks and Rec.
Star-Lord, man.
Oh.
He's also from Parks
So
and
he
Rec.
was in Parks and Rec, and he was like, "Oh, he's that funny guy." And then all of a sudden, it was like all these stories are like, "Look, he got really ripped for
He
that
did.
Zero Dark 30," and all of a sudden now he's headlining every movie because everyone's got to be ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
So
ripped.
this beer is pretty good, huh?
I drank mine.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Getting super ripped on this beer, I guess. No. All right.
Do you even
Yeah,
live?
It's a
drinking
Brett
beer is not
beer
how
done
you get
well.
ripped.
It's a
Yeah,
very nice Brett beer.
They're a very small brewery. They have
They're like on a 3-barrel or something
Yeah.
like that.
I think they have,
Um,
2 5-barrel tanks in
Yeah,
there, maybe?
but they're expanding, I believe. Probably should have looked this up beforehand. But I'm pretty sure
2011.
they're opening a new facility. Isn't that right?
2011 is when they started.
They're moving?
Yeah, I think they got a bigger facility, and they're doing a lot more like oak and barrel fermented type stuff, which I am very much looking forward to. Because again, I mean, you take two things that I love and slap them together, and I'm all for it.
They added a 5,000 square foot space for
Twins.
barrel aging and sour beers.
There you
They're
go.
calling
That
it-
doesn't sound like a whole lot of space.
They're calling it the Acid Temple.
Yes,
There you go.
That's so dope.
Sour.
Come on, the Acid Temple. Fuck yeah.
It's better than Funkatorium.
I like the Funkatorium. That makes sense.
They both kind of sound stupid.
Acid Temple, though.
Whoa.
Acid Temple, though.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Acid-
It just sounds dumb.
Acid Temple.
Temple.
Acid Temple sounds badass. It sounds very colorful.
Acid Temple is what Matt called his
And
dorm in
loud.
college.
Loud, full of colors. There's too many colors. It's loud.
Yeah. Had I gone to college, that would have been true. But I was
You're
not
not
that
you're
bright.
not yes-ending me right now. You're just fucking no budding.
Yeah,
And that's
sorry.
not-
Well,
Sorry. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's no butting.
yeah. No butts, no cocoa nuts.
No butt stuff.
gotta wait your turn. You gotta wait your turn.
Put a little tiny man in your butt.
But yeah,
I got that joke.
Oh yes.
I got it.
God, you did it.
First one of the session.
So
Yeah,
True.
dude.
Everyone check out True. They kick ass. My main memory of True was going there with my buddy Jeff for the first time, and they were playing like some doom metal band, and I'm like, yeah, this is my jam.
Just want to sit there all day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty packed during JBF, though.
Yeah, they can be kind of intimidating when you walk in, the look of the place, but they're really nice people. Like,
Yeah.
really, like, they'll talk to you about everything at length
Mostly
as far
metal.
as their business goes and the beer and what they do and all that kind of stuff. And I guess
think
metal too. I didn't
what
talk
you were
about
saying
metal,
too
but-
about it being really busy is what kind of turns me off to the idea of JBF too. Is that I want to go to Denver and like experience everything like when it's normal
I mean, it wasn't
and not
that
like
bad.
retarded. But
Dude, honestly, it's like
There was places to sit.
Yeah.
it's like
I got
it was-
a pint like immediately.
It was full. Yeah.
yeah.
See, the thing is,
There's no lines or anything.
Denver around JBF is like different because everyone is bringing their A game. You know what I mean? Like everyone is like literally like breaking out all the stops and like they're like pulling out all their cool shit. And yeah, it's more crowded, but
You just
if
gotta
there's one
avoid
place,
the crowds. Like
Yeah.
there's so many places to go.
I feel like a
Stay
really
away
easy way to
from-
avoid the crowds is to go like 2 weeks later.
No, just stay away from the Falling Rock. Stay
missing
away.
just
all
don't go
the
to Falling
fun.
Rock. That's the thing. Just don't
Seriously.
go to Falling
Just
Rock.
don't go to Falling Rock and you're
Everywhere
fine.
else, you'll probably be okay.
Even Falling
I
Rock,
wouldn't
I've
go
had
if
good luck.
it wasn't fun.
I'm just gonna go to Portland.
Fine.
As you should.
I'm just saying if
Portland's awesome.
Yeah.
we've said this many times, you can go to JBF and not go to JBF and have a really good time.
And have a blast.
It's
yeah.
definitely a
So.
choose your own adventure sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Certainly.
If you want to have a really shitty time at GABF, you can really have a bad time there.
I can
go
have
to
a
Falling
bad
Rock.
time anywhere,
But
like right
last,
here.
Last year, I had the best time ever, dude.
Well done.
It was like one of the best GABFs ever.
Last
And
year
other people
was-
I talked to were like, "Fuck, I'm never
Last
going."
year was weird for me just because it was like
Because you bought ham.
I wasn't Steve wasn't there and usually like it's just and I bought ham, yes. And like it was
But him and didn't eat it. Just
I
passed
ate it.
out.
I ate the ham.
Wait, why did you buy
picturing
ham?
John.
I want all the ham.
I just picturing John holding like a butt of ham, and he's looking over at Greg. He's just like, "You met me at a very strange time in my life," and then passing out.
but they were Lunchables. Like, see, my image is John looking at these
Oscar
Lunchables
Mayer
and going,
ham.
"This was a bad choice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
That was the best.
think I don't remember buying it, but I think what was going on was I was thinking I wanted ham, but I shouldn't.
He didn't
shouldn't.
touch it.
But you know
It
what?
sat in the bag by the TV in the
there's
hotel room.
Didn't actually make contact with the
So I woke
Okay,
up.
she-
I woke up to go
he's still
pee.
kosher.
Natalie doesn't know what's going on.
Generally,
I was walking back from the Falling Rock, and I was really drunk.
I
really
mean, I
drunk.
figured that.
And so I stopped into a 7-Eleven or something to get something.
Lunchables.
And I don't know why. I could have bought chips. I could have bought anything else.
Nuts.
But Lunchables are in such a lovely little package.
What do you want to
are.
know about
Yeah.
Snickers
Bean
bite
dip?
size?
Right, like nothing touches each
Bean
other.
dip
It's like
and chips?
all like food segregation. I can understand that.
So I think I looked at the ham and I said, you know what? I'm going to buy it just in case I
want
want
all
to eat
the
it. I
ham.
have it. I got back to the hotel. Greg was. Were you up? I think he
Yeah,
was. He was up.
I beat you by like 5 minutes.
And I walked in. I said, "Hey, I bought ham." And that's just
was like-
weird.
My mind exploded.
It was more like, "Hey, I bought ham."
And then I passed out.
Out.
Done.
And I will not get that bad this year. Like I said,
I just imagine
We're
doing like
splitting
a
a room this
Chris
next year,
Farley
too?
pratfall right
Yeah.
through the table.
every
brought
year,
ham.
I think we got to do it as like a. It's going to be our tradition.
every year I go to GABF, I learn something and grow as a person and as a beer drinker. And yeah, this
'Cause
year
we had super fancy food that day, and like speaking of which, we're drinking a Great Divide, which opened up right across the street from the Source, which is where John and I dined at this really nice
the Source is badass.
Acorn.
Is the Source where
Crooked Stave.
where
Stave
Crooked
is.
Stave is? Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
Great Divide opened a tasting room right across the street from that.
That's cool because I was about to say, Great Divide. Okay, love their beer a lot. But Great Divide was always like my least favorite part of GABF because they have like their spot is like right downtown, isn't that right? Or
It's in a shitty part of town.
Yeah, it's in a shitty
not-
part of town.
it's walkable.
And their tasting room always kind of sucked because it never had anything cool on. It was always like,
Well, you weren't
you can
there-
go and have some Yeti.
You weren't there since they
Yeti and Colette.
upgraded that spot.
And that's why, and that's what I was
Yeah.
about to say is like they apparently that spot's been upgraded. They've opened this new spot, and so I kind of want to revisit it because I mean, Great Divide is very much like a
yeah, they threw a lot of
dominant
money.
force.
They threw a lot of money at the
gotta say,
brewery
I
and the
don't-
brew house, and like I think they tripled the fermenters outside. Like
Jesus.
just giant I mean, it's incredible.
Great
Because
Powering.
The,
Great
the
Divide
little
does.
footprint that they
They
have,
have silos
they have
out there.
so much packed into it.
Right.
It's crazy, and it looks really cool in there now.
Yeah.
Do you guys buy Great Divide regularly? Like when I see
No.
them on the shelf, like Yeti, I guess I'll get here and there, but like otherwise, most of their beers, I'm kind of like, man.
That
Dude,
sounds like
Colette. Colette
that's
is
the one that came to
a
mind for me.
fucking killer beer. Like, goddamn, that beer is so great.
I'm not super high on any of their stuff.
But like,
sorry,
they're
this says American Sour Ale. It is not.
It's a little tart.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
drinking
it's-
because we just said we're drinking Great Divide. We're drinking the 21st anniversary sour ale that came out about 2 months ago.
Well, maybe we're drinking it too soon. Is there an enjoy?
Yeah, it was.
It does taste
date.
really young. It's like a toolbox beer.
Yeah,
This was bottled June 29th.
yeah, like last month, like 2 months ago.
I'm holding back. Yeah. It's very mild. I mean, it's
It's a little tart.
It just tastes like the lines hadn't been cleaned.
yeah, I don't know if I go that far. I mean, I think it tastes like if they didn't say American Sour Ale on the front, I think it would be a lot better. But I
Yeah.
mean, you're not really getting a lot of tartness. I'm getting a lot of barrel character.
Yeah, you know,
It's- it's like- it's-
woodiness, but
It's
Yeah.
like, it's like farmhousey, and but
it's
it's
American
not.
oak.
But it's not. I mean, you say
Yeah.
sour. I'm like expecting some fucking sour in there, and that's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's layered with weird things that kind of clash. There's like the vanilla barrel thing, and like there's a tart thing, and then
Yeah.
there's like a
I don't
fruity
think so.
thing. and-
I
it's
think
kind of busy, but I don't know. It just something.
I don't hate it. I just
No, it just
don't call it a sour ale if it's not really sour.
Not even the name, not even in what they're calling it, but just in like the ride you're getting when you're drinking it. It feels like it's like you're like clicking up the roller coaster, and then it just goes straight. You know, like
This has a
Okay, that's a really good analogy.
That's
I
really
like that.
good.
I like that
it
a
feels
lot.
like you're
it-
going to be on like something big's gonna happen, and then it's just not there.
Like
you know?
because when I smelled, it, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the palate
Good
doesn't,
aroma.
the,
Oh,
the,
it's
the
like a
palate
really
doesn't
bad
live up to the
date.
aroma. Yeah, the
Like a
palate
really
does not.
bad date or like a really bad bedroom experience. Like, oh, no. Okay, you're done.
Well, we all know how I feel about bedroom experiences, though. So, you
I
know.
mean, it comes off more funky than I thought I was expecting. It almost stinks a little bit at first when I smelled
It is
it.
pretty funky.
it's a little bit sulfury.
Yeah, because I was like,
it's
I
got a
kind of
little bit of
smell
like
poop.
it's got. I don't know.
It's fecal.
I don't know if I go fecal.
I'm not saying it smelled like poop, but it's like
That's just what Greg
it
said.
came to mind, and
That's on my flavor wheel.
I get a little bit of
Funky.
I get a little bit of a rotten egg thing. Like that
Yeah,
kind of
I guess they
sulfur.
could be.
I think rotten egg is a
confused.
better way to
Rotten
put it.
egg,
Last beer in is rotten
farty,
egg.
fecal,
Rotten egg is also a synonym for sulfury, which somebody already said.
and farty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I know.
No, farty is like methane. That's different. That's like farty to me is like garbage. You know, so like your mercaptan type, grossness.
But as far as the taste goes, I mean, I
It's
like it.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
Wasn't this like a $15 bottle too? I mean, I would be pretty pissed.
$21.
Jesus.
H. Christ.
Yeah, you can fuck right off for that.
That's
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, I
I'm okay
think-
with not having that again.
Yeah,
Great Divide has unified the room against them with this beer.
There is no great divide in this room regarding this beer.
By the way, you guys, suggested pairing: smoked ham sandwich.
That's what happened. You read a pairing and you're like, yeah.
I want ham.
Buddy.
To be fair, I don't know if that's the suggested retail. The place I bought it from
That
may have
sounds
marked
about
it up
right.
a little
It's
bit.
a 750 sour.
Yeah.
That's probably about what they
So
Yeah, I mean, I think if they would have let this thing sit for like an extra year to develop like some real acidity,
Did
then
they
it would
put
have been a lot better.
Did they deschutes it and
no,
put it in
I just
after?
looked. They just
No?
put a bottled on date.
Yeah, apparently this sat in barrels for 9 months.
Well, then they
which,
could have left it till it got good.
If you're gonna pull it to shoots, then yeah, put the date. That way you can say, hey, we told you not to drink it until this date, which is bullshit.
or pull a stone,
That sounds
which is
dumb.
like the name of the beer is
Don't
drink
sell
this
it
later.
then. Why do you sell it then?
Yeah.
Hey, this isn't ready, guys, but I'm going to give it to you now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
I was,
fucking dumb.
dude. I don't know if
We've
you
done
listened to
this.
that show, but
Hey,
I was so mad
I did
about
listen to that show. It's like, I'm going to give you this cake, but actually it's just flour, eggs, sugar, butter, and milk.
Just wait, all right.
Just wait. It's gonna be
Wait
really
about
good.
2 days. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like
stupid.
all you have to do is stick it in your oven at 350
All you
degrees.
got to do is cream the butter and
Get your
sugar.
thermometer. Also, you might want to get some frosting.
You know,
might
we
wanna
talked
ask your
about this on the Dr. Bill show, and I disagree with you guys. I like that they're introducing people to the idea of actually cellaring beer.
No,
I don't think that's really something that
that's
needs
not what they're-
introduction, though.
But that's not what they're doing.
Dude, I
That's
think
not
it
what they're
very much
doing.
is.
My problem
Because-
is I don't read every word on a bottle.
Exactly. I think
Well,
if
that's
you're
why
gonna,
when you call your beer,
Or-
enjoy after 12, 20,
if you're going to
whatever.
introduce people to
I still
cellaring, it's
about
like,
that.
hey, this beer's good now because it's ready now, but it'll taste even better if you wait a year.
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
Buy it
best
when
way.
it is
Or
ready.
it'll
Don't-
be-
don't-
And the reality is, Abyss is good now if you drink it now, but it is better after a year. Like, you can drink Abyss the day that it comes into the store, and it's a fucking really good beer. But if you drink Abyss after the recommended date, it is better.
Well, Dissident,
what about
however, is
Jubal?
not
Yeah,
like
we
that at
proved
all.
that one wrong.
Jubal just came out, and it's got to enjoy. I think it's 2 years from now. It says enjoy after this date, and I drank it, and it didn't taste as. It didn't taste. I mean, it tasted fine, but it wasn't like mind-blowingly good. It's chewable, like.
But
And so
it's-
I was
it's
like,
a
well,
weird-
maybe I should have waited. Now I got to buy another bottle and wait. Like
John,
that's what I'm
you've
saying.
got 300 bottles that are sitting in your cellar right now. Well, like, this is the opposite of a problem for you. They're like, hey, John, this is for you. You're a guy who cellars beer.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But then how is that introducing people to cellaring beer? Because I'm going to call you on that one right there.
Well, because a lot of people are like, I want to have a beer cellar. I don't know what goes in the cellar. I don't know what I can age. I don't know how long to age it. I don't know when to take it out. So when you have a
I
beer
don't know
that's
how
like,
to read labels, so I'm going to buy this beer now and then not
well,
read the
so
labels.
when they say best after that date, then that's great. But if you just buy a beer that was like, it was brewed last month, when do you put that in? When do you take that out?
For Christmas presents, I bought cases of Vertical Epic, and I gave them to all my coworkers every year and said, do not open this until 12/12/12. And some of them, I was like, so did you guys drink your Vertical Epics back in 12? They're like, no, they're still in my fridge somewhere. I was like, you might want to drink those now.
Well,
So you can lead a horse to water, but-
However, it's probably we should probably note that virtually none of those beers were actually designed to last that
Right.
long.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It didn't
I'm
hold
sad.
up.
Yeah, not
I
at
think the way the brewery does it, and other breweries do it like this too. They say this beer is delicious right now, like you said, Natalie. But if you wait up to 3 years, it could develop and get better.
Yeah.
So, and that's what and maybe this, like we're trying to say, well, maybe this beer just needs more time.
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna put it in the bottle, okay, do the Deschutes thing and put an enjoy after date on it. At least they can like save themselves in that way. But if it's just nope, it's ready to drink. Well, then
It's not
yes.
really, yeah.
And I'm not. And maybe it will do better in the cellar. And maybe I should buy another bottle. And I'm not holding it against them.
John, don't buy another bottle.
Yeah, it to me, it just sounds like a way for them to put out beer that's too young.
I mean, because I know at our
That's what I've
brewery,
been saying.
like, well, because
I mean, that depends on the laws by state.
So let's move on.
It's a slow bird.
Getting into some wax.
Yeah, we are getting into wax bottles because going on the Colorado theme, John was a member. What was the actual name of their
Cellar Reserve.
the Cellar Reserve of Crooked
We
Stave?
found out today that John has a veritable cornucopia of weird Crooked Stave variants.
He has a cache.
Yeah,
It's a cache.
he's got dozens of them.
Yeah, he has a cache.
He's
Like
got a booty.
he has a cache like conservatives have ammunition.
Pirates. treasure.
So we
so sweet, Greg.
we
I've never looked at John's booty, actually. Maybe he's got a good one.
So we essentially like looked at what he had, and we looked at what was the best rated on rate beer, and we landed on a couple of beers. The first is the Bourbon Barrel Cherry Origins.
Now, is this the one that you caveated that you accidentally left it in your truck?
Yeah, I meant to take it to the Full Pint's 8th anniversary, which I did take it, which, by the way, was great.
Yes,
Got really
we haven't-
drunk there,
Yeah,
too.
we haven't talked. So did I, dude. Okay, so you were you put up all these pictures of the Full Pint's 8th. I only remember like half.
Do you remember
of
pole dancing?
Yes, I do remember that. I do remember that. I remember feeling super sexy.
I
least
was
didn't
swimming
break your
with
hand.
dolphins while you guys were doing that, guys.
Did you feel sexy before you were pole dancing or during?
No, during.
Because, yeah,
It's just the
really
during.
empowering, right?
It really is.
Yeah.
You know, it made me feel strong in my core.
Yeah.
Did you guys know
Yeah.
I've had this beer before here?
Excellent.
May of 2014, we had this beer.
Nice.
This was it on the show?
I don't think so. I don't think we've done this on the show.
No, we were on a show in May of
Origins.
2014,
Yeah.
were we?
Not yet. But okay, so Full Pint 8th was awesome.
Yes.
A couple of things. Thanks to Mr. Scott Corey for driving us.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I would not have survived that whole thing.
Scott Corey from Wix Brewing Company.
Yes. And also one thing that I'm really happy about is I got a tank top, and I only have
Sun's
three.
out, guns out.
I actually own 4 tank tops, but
They're all
I have
TFP.
3, and they are all.
0.
I get one annually at the Full Pints anniversary, which is this year. I like ran up to Johnny. I'm like, please tell me you have a tank top.
Now that you have tank tops, you can borrow some of Greg's Ray-Bans and just call it a day.
Ray-Bans.
Or Wayfarers?
Hey, this is-
Wayfarers, yes, they're Wayfarers, yes.
Isn't that the
Wild-
style,
Wild-
but
Wild
Ray-Ban's the
Greg.
brand?
There you go.
There you go.
This is what I was expecting. Sour.
It smells sour.
Smells sour
It smells
and
sour.
woody.
It tastes sour.
Smells wet.
It
smells wet.
It has a woodiness
It is
to the,
woody.
to the
It
nose.
smells acetic.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's good.
I don't get acetic as easy as you can.
It is pretty acetic.
I get acetic. I get acetone.
I don't get acetone so much.
No, it's there.
Yeah.
This is
Like
my
nail polish
jam.
remover.
I'm pretty sensitive to that.
Wow! Woo!
Woo!
Right?
Jesus Christ! Hey! Hey!
It turned Matt into a Tex Avery cartoon.
Honk, honk. Those eyeballs.
Ooga!
Fucking
This is lovely.
I offended Jason somehow.
oh man. No, this beer is really good.
Yeah,
I'll
I
drink the
would,
rest of yours if you're gonna be a dick about it.
Holy
Yeah,
shit, cherry!
I will drink the shit out of this.
Yeah, it's got a ton of cherry. It's
Cherry's
it's really
insane.
tart.
Cherry. It's got a lot of bourbon to it too. Surprisingly.
Yeah, this is good.
But god
Are we,
damn.
are we serving at 46 to 54 degrees?
Yeah.
at this point, it's
Sounds
probably
about
in that
right.
range.
Yeah, actually, we're about there.
I think so.
Wow, that is tart.
Based on my thermometer.
Anyway, the only reason we brought up the full, Sorry,
That's where they got the term rule of thumb, by the way.
Again, with this stupid, always right when I'm drinking.
I just made that up too. I'm gonna file that one away.
That's going in the lexicon, dude.
That was a good one.
Yeah, the rule of thumb came from brewers sticking their thumb in for the temperature.
Oh, I thought
you
it was,
just made that up too.
I thought it was
right?
because your thumb was about.
I learned that from Charlie Bamforth, the Pope of Foam.
Okay, yeah, that I'll buy. I thought you were going to say Charlie Papazian. I'm like, nah.
No. Bamforth. Charles Bamforth.
Yeah, Charlie Bam. He's a credible source.
Pretty much.
So I don't know if anybody ever does this aside from me, but I like to dip cookies in my beer.
Yeah, that's just you.
That's crazy.
No, okay. So this one,
Leave this room immediately.
No, so Whole Foods sells like a brown sugar
Asparagus.
cookie, not asparagus water, but brown sugar cookie, like a shortbread. If you dipped this in this beer, it would taste like a cherry pie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, yeah, all right. Gross.
That's
No,
some
no,
weird
it's
food
not.
alchemy.
It is it is amazing and delicious. You should really like either dip it or like take a bite of the cookie and then drink some beer. Food pairing, however you want to do it, whatever. But this with like a nice brown sugar cookie.
You'd have like all
would
these
be-
gross beer-soaked crumbs at the bottom of your
Okay,
glass.
don't literally dump it. Just take a bite of the cookie.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll go pairing. Yeah, pairing. I like
Pairing it.
Instant pairing.
Well, and you get some like kind of like
put it in your
baking
mouth.
spice type notes
Yeah,
out of this
because
beer too.
there's a bit of like a cherry spice at the end of it, like
Yeah.
like an actual cherry pie.
Well,
so
yeah.
if you had it with a cookie, it would
I
be
agree.
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has
it's like-
tart cherry pie notes.
Yeah.
To it.
Yeah, I do get like some like kind of like nutmeg allspice, like especially in the aroma for
Yeah.
sure. It definitely like pops.
I get it in like that middle taste where like after you drink it and just before you swallow, there's like this little like prickle of like
Yeah.
a
So
spicy pepper.
you're going up the roller coaster, ching 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 ching, and then it's ding.
was that?
And then-
is it because I'm Asian? Are you saying chink?
No. It's
Whoa.
the noise it makes when you're on a
Edit
roller
point.
coaster.
I didn't want to say it.
Ching ching ching. That's a roller coaster noise, people.
What about clink, 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 clink,
It could be
clink?
Yeah.
clink.
There you go.
Yeah. I didn't know that there was racist noises. Wow.
Jason is not taking part in this.
God.
He just wants nothing to do with it.
I am not the most sensitive person in the room at this point.
Son, I am disappointed.
Normally, we can get away with all kinds of racism.
Oh,
The best part,
God.
the thing about it is that I'm actually so not offended. It's just, I just like making other people think I'm offended. So like, oh God, did I say something wrong? I'm like, no, I don't.
God
I
damn you.
Give two fucks about what the fuck you're saying right now. It's fine.
I feel marginalized.
It does have a roller coaster on your palate. God damn it.
Greg is a shitlord. So,
He's called me fat and made mention of my Asianness.
yeah.
I did not.
You said I was stout.
it's
I
very-
didn't say you were.
It's very rare that you can back Greg into a corner. Normally, he's like, vaginas, what about it?
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Big old fat vaginas. just popping out,
We still have
Ethnic vaginas.
We still have another show after this.
ethnic.
Another show where we're
Pussy.
drinking three
Giant fuck off
stouts.
beers.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Awesome. Anyway, this
beer
is
makes my
delicious.
eye twitch. It's so
So
hard for me.
this makes me think Crooked Stave. I'm sad they got rid of this program where you could get all these beers because they're kind of
it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pain in the ass because you had to have a proxy
Oh yeah.
pick up your beer, and then like the.
Well, that's how the rest of the world who doesn't live by the brewery feels.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And
mule.
it got to a point with the guy that was doing it for me where he's like, I'm just going to send you this beer. You don't have to pay me for postage. I need it to leave my house right now. I'm like, okay, cool. And he did. And I paid him for postage and stuff. But after that, I canceled because it was, and then that's when I joined Hoarders Society.
Jesus.
So it was like, well, I'll take that $300 and give it to the brewery.
Every
And
month.
That lasted a
bro.
year. And now it's like, no hoarders for me anymore.
It's a lot.
It is.
How are you gonna max those allocations of Lidera Cola though?
I'll find a way.
You had to bring up Derek.
Leader.
Well, they had they made it. They made it. I'm gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
You made
so
it. Technically, you made it, Matt.
I literally did. Yeah.
You did.
With your mouth.
Literally.
Yeah,
Literally.
literally
Put it in your
did.
mouth.
So the next Crooked Stave beer that we have on deck is Nightmare on Brett Grand Cru.
I'm thinking.
That sounds fancy as fuck.
It does. Even better, it's a dark sour ale aged in Leopold Brothers whiskey barrels.
That's like putting your balls on the table.
I feel like if you're gonna say Nightmare on something, it should definitely still be more of a reference to Nightmare on Elm Street because that's just dumb.
I guess.
I mean, there was other places where there was nightmares.
I mean, everywhere.
Like
but
Will Smith had a nightmare on his street.
That's just, but still, Nightmare
Well,
on.
it's Nightmare
it should
on
have been
Brett
like
Street.
should have been Nightmare on Brett Street.
It is.
But it,
No?
no, it's Nightmare on Brett Grand Crew.
I thought it
Street.
was. Oh.
Doesn't
okay.
say there's no street.
Are we sure this just wasn't a beer called Nightmare and then they added Brett?
Well, considering it's Crooked Stave, I think everything they do has Brett. So, yeah.
Chad is a Brett god. He has like
I'm beginning to feel like a Brett.
I don't know
god.
what he has, but he went to school, wrote his dissertation on Brettanomyces or something, I think. Yeah, he knows about Brett.
Yeah, the Brettanomyces project was his big thing. Wow, this stuff is dark.
Like a fucking nightmare, bro.
Does say dark sour on there.
Dark like a nightmare. Dark like a nightmare sounds like it should be my Twitter bio.
Also looks kind of red though. Looks nice.
What if you're generally a really grumpy, dark person, so your nightmare is actually like happy, like bunnies and
Racist.
shit?
My Little Pony friendship is magic.
Basically, that is my
That's your
nightmare. I would not. I don't want that.
Yeah, see, this is way more up my alley. This is
Didn't you make you made a dark saison for the homebrew competition for NBT, right?
I did, and it was terrible.
That's why you didn't win.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's 9.66.
That's why I got on the show
It's
instead.
9.666 ABV.
John's
pretty
just
rad.
like silent, grumpy ninja. Like,
No, I'm not.
oh no, it's like
little
I'm
bit.
like super sweet. Like, oh, that's why you didn't win.
Yeah. See here. Okay.
Well,
You got
That's
to know
why
the
you
backstory
suck.
because like we tried the beer and we told Matt like, well, you know, it was good, but yeah. And he's like, fuck you, it was good. And I'm like, all right, calm down. But then now Matt's like, no, it wasn't good.
No, it wasn't good at all. One thing I want to point out is they say it's 9.666%, and the thing is you can be 0.3 plus or minus what is stated on the label. So it's probably not actually 9.666%. It looks nice though.
I bet you they
Do you
blended
think
it
that's
so
a
they could get
marketing
whatever
thing?
ABV they want.
is that a marketing thing? You think?
Oh my god.
Weird.
Maybe.
One of the
Yeah.
prettiest beers I've
Maybe
seen. though.
they just had the fucking devil bless it or whatever, the anti-version to curse it, and it came out exactly how the Dark Lord Satan wanted.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
Cheers.
This is actually really, really pretty.
It is really pretty. It's dark, but it has these
Thanks.
like nice ruby highlights. Like it's got this nice like khaki foam on top briefly before
also-
it completely fades away.
God
Yeah,
damn,
he's-
it's delicious too.
Smells really good. Oh man.
It smells really nice.
It's fucking really good.
It doesn't have that like harshness to the aroma that the last one had.
No,
It's a little fruity.
it still has that nice
dark malty.
tart finish, like that puckery finish at the end. But
Oh, yeah.
it's not as aggressive. It comes in at the back.
Dude, this kicks ass.
It must be like the whiskey barrels, but it smells to me like just burnt sugar.
Yeah, it definitely has like that burnt brown sugar caramel thing. I think
Yeah.
that's definitely whiskey barrel.
That's
like
a good
I get
call.
a lot of bourbon barrel on this, surprisingly, which is funny because like it's pretty rare that I have a sour beer that's soured in bourbon barrels that I really like. A lot of
Well-
times I think the flavors kind of clash.
Whiskey.
You know,
Yeah.
Whiskey.
yeah. Well, yeah.
It's
they
an
probably can't
American
call it-
rye whiskey
right.
from Leopold Brothers in Maryland.
Yeah.
American small batch whiskey barrels.
Okay. So
Because
bourbon whiskey.
there is a difference though,
Right,
right?
right,
Because
right.
bourbon is, I mean, a really corn heavy. It's a lot sweeter.
Yeah, technically speaking, bourbon is 51% corn,
Right.
And aged in new charred barrels that can only be first use. But yeah, it has a
Kentucky.
whiskey type of flavor. So not
Man, I've
necessarily
seen
bourbon.
Modern Marvel's whiskey. I know.
So this has like a really like nice, long, lingering sour, like kind of like a dryness, like white wine, where it like just keeps your mouth watering.
Like they rimmed the glass with just like some sour
Can we
powder.
not say rimmed again, please?
It was
It's a
rimming.
term.
God, I hate that term.
It was
so
truly
bad. I
rimming.
hate that term so badly.
Would you prefer
rimmed
butt
it 'cause it
licking?
was-
Like, is that a better term for you or what?
I visited the ATM on the way here.
They really analingus this with sugar.
They really licked an asshole with this one.
This has notes of ass to mouth all over.
Well, there goes that retweet from Crooked Stave that we were hoping for.
Oh man.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, we got in the show." Never mind.
It's like you
Never-
poured
it's
blackberries
cool.
on an anus. And then licked it up.
The sad thing is this beer is so good.
No, this beer is lovely. It's a lot. It's really tannic too, though, and that's probably to the whiskey barrels again. But it's like really, really tannic.
Yeah,
I got into a discussion about Untapped and what kind of people rate different beers and stuff like that, and I kind of put what I would rate certain beers. And for this is a solid 5 for me. And this is something that you're not going to find anywhere.
Yeah.
Not only that, but it's like it's perfect.
A 5 on Untapped?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so that's a perfect rating then.
For me, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because I would put
One for everybody. That's a perfect.
Well, I mean, some people just rate 5 because they liked it.
Oh
you
yeah.
know?
They're like 5 or 1. They do the hot or not method. They're like
Pretty
either
much.
10s or 1s.
Yeah. I really have to say that this like I said we opened these based on ratings. And so the higher one on the rate beer ratings was the Cherry Origins.
I actually like that one better.
Which and like the Nightmare on Brett like is way more up
And
my
I gotta
alley,
say, on
personally.
Untapped, like I kind of take Untapped ratings seriously, more seriously than Rate Beer and Beer Advocate
try
at this
to.
point. And I have a whole theory for that. But a good rating on Untapped for me is like 4.1,
Right.
4.2.
Yeah, well,
this one has a 4.4. Like that's pretty fucking high for
pretty damn
Untapped.
good,
Yeah, we realized when we were, I was aggregating all the ratings for our Saison show. And what we ran into with probably the top 10 beers in our competition was that they were all 100s on Rate Beer and Beer Advocate. They were just perfect 100s.
Just
so
buy
it's like,
this motherfucking thing.
yeah, so it's like, well, fuck, every beer is a 100, so like, what's what? But then when you got into Untapped, the difference, I think, and the reason Untapped seems less accurate, because everyone will be like, well, these beers are all rated 3 or better. Well, yeah, and if you look on Rate Beer, they're all rated over a 70, right? Most of your beers are going to get a C or better.
Right.
And if you take Untapped rating and multiply it by 20, so it's out of a 100 scale, it actually really illuminates, like, when you're comparing beers, the Untapped rating times 20, like, scored up to 100 is actually really interesting and really helps kind of tie break a
that's
lot of these
fascinating.
beers.
Well, now that we're
Well-
talking about, go ahead, Natalie.
I wasn't.
No, I was
that was actually
yeah,
him.
that was me.
That
oh,
wasn't
it
me.
sounded like you.
No, no.
Are you saying Matt sounds like a girl?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Or that I sound like a guy. Thanks, dude.
Wow.
both.
So, anyways,
We insult our guests as much as possible.
so my opinions of this beer, as I speak super loud.
No, see like
Oh, you got the Satan out of it.
no, but see, my issue with Untapped is, the fact that it's an iPhone app means that the appeal is way more broad, but that has kind of its ups and downs because, on the one hand, it's a wider swath of people, but then there's also a lot more extremes on the low end because, I mean, you could give this beer to someone who has like Untapped and they can say, it's sour, 1 star.
No,
I think
you're
more of
being
that.
unfair to Untapped. Like you're making Untapped sound like, oh, just because you can get it as an iPhone app, that the people who are using it are not like knowledgeable beer drinkers.
No, I'm saying that there's more of that. It takes a lot less effort to download this app and start something than it does to go on Rate Beer.
Now,
or Beer.
you know
hold
what
on,
I've
please,
seen?
Please hold on,
I
Jason.
have a counterpoint. Go ahead.
Now, but you saying that is kind of in support of why I think Untapped ratings can tend to be a little more realistic, is because people, it's a rating that's kind of on the fly. You don't have to put a lot of thought into it. You're just
Right.
saying, what do I think about this overall?
Right.
And yeah, you rate beer and these other ones you use taste and aroma and appearance and all this mouthfeel and all this other stuff. Where with
Right.
Untapped, it's just it's like a raw rating for me, and I kind
It's a
of
gut feel.
take that more seriously than someone who's being a little more in depth.
What you get a lot out of Beer Advocate and Rate Beer is that people overthink their rating. They decide their rating and their review before they even drink the beer.
That's a good point.
Because they're so ensconced in, holy shit, I just read 100 5-star reviews of this. This is the best beer in the world. How am I going to describe the best beer in the world?
Right.
And they're so concerned with the review that the review loses honesty. And that's why you get beers that are all rated 100 because everybody's just tripping over themselves to give it a 5.
Yeah, there's a lot more echo chamber
You know?
effect for sure.
Whereas Untapped, like there'll be a guy who just like I didn't fuss over this fucking beer. I got to try one at Bottle Share and I thought it was a fucking 3.5. You know,
Right.
and there we go, done.
Yeah,
But
right,
don't
I
you
can see
think
that.
that's a little more? It's a little more accurate.
That's
overall?
that's why I like to aggregate them. I think combining the data from both and averaging it gets you really interesting.
Okay,
And I think that's the way to go because, like I said, it's the advantage that Rate Beer and Beer Advocate does have is the fact that you are way more likely to have someone who knows about beer on one of those sites than you do Untapped. I think that's just kind of a
No.
given. And so, well, I think that's why
Rate Beer and Beer Advocate have their strong points. Definitely, I'm glad that those sites exist where you can give an in-depth review on a beer and really break it down. And I'm not trying to say I don't take their ratings seriously, but Rate Beer and Beer Advocate are in their own space, and Untapped is in its own space.
absolutely.
Although they're both all in the same space, it's just there's clear differences between Untapped and everyone else.
Yeah, no, and that's definitely true, and that's why I think like Jason's, aggregation of the two it's a good balancing act because it kind of gives you the best of both worlds.
Yeah. But if you're gonna
just
go
a
and
lot
sit
of hard
down and
work.
aggregate,
It just sounds like a lot of hard work, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna drink this beer,
That's why I
like it,
Decide for
I
yourself.
haven't.
and
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
done.
tell my friends about it.
For us, when we're trying to do like big multi-beer showdowns,
Like,
it's a way for us to figure out
And I totally understand that.
what is out there that we should be looking
Right.
for, because otherwise it's just like, oh.
I like
I mean-
Untapped. I mean, the
Well,
whole
yeah.
sharing beer thing and stuff. I mean, I'm fine with it, but I rarely rate anything.
Because it sounds like I actually joined Untapped, and then I think I put in 2 beers, and I was like, "F this noise! This is cutting into my drinking
I
time."
pretty
say
much
fuck
did
you.
the same thing.
I think this takes too much time.
Liar.
I am done with this nonsense.
Yeah, I gave up on it a long
Yeah,
time.
It's
and like
on Untapped right
people
now.
do the whole like
currently
Wales
on Untapped.
Wednesday and all that nonsense. I'm like, really? Just why are you holding on to beer? Just drink it.
Hold the fuck on, we invented Wednesday Whales Day. That's us.
That's fine. Still, totally not about it.
I actually don't usually like to drink a rare beer on a Wednesday because it's usually just me.
Yeah,
That's all
yeah.
the more reason to just.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I drank
boy,
this great beer. You guys didn't have any. Fuck you.
Who opens Chocolate Rain on a Wednesday?
Yeah, I don't want to like these. If I had 375s like this, maybe, but like
Takes
I
it
don't
to
want
the
to
dome.
open a 750 of a sour and drink it by myself. It's too much. I
yeah, I
wanna share.
agree.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Nobody said sour whales Wednesday. Just
Well, I don't
Whales
want to drink a
Wednesday.
stout even more so. Fucking A.
Especially when
So
it's hot.
yeah, great beers all around. Natalie, thank you for joining us again. It was lots of fun. If you want to find us online, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. You can find all that information on fourbrewers.com. You can go on Patreon and give us money if you like what we do. You can give us 50 cents, a buck, $2 an episode, whatever you like. You can find that information patreon.com/fourbrewers. Go on in iTunes and give us a rating because we want to know what you think, and we want you to give us 5 stars, mostly.
We make a 5 stars.
What is that from?
Harmontown.
Okay,
So weird.
now I know.
Yes. Let's check that out. Also, if you want to get in touch with us directly, you can hit us up at feedback@fourbrewers.com. And also,
I just reminded myself of this. We have a video feed now on iTunes.
we do.
So we record the stuff we
watch
do.
us.
Yeah. Well, we record the
No
shows
beer.
in the studio when we're here, and I think
We're recording right now. And
I'm dabbling with the idea of bringing the cameras 2 places too, because I think I can make it work without intruding on whatever.
Yeah.
But we have a video
that
feed
shit would be crazy.
that's just basically the live hangout that's edited down to match the audio show perfectly as far as length and edits and everything. So
Because
What?
John does everything
He
perfectly.
does.
Thanks, bro.
I edit the video. Yeah. So we have a video feed. If it's on iTunes, just search for Four Brewers.
Are we
It
on
pops
YouTube
up.
also?
It's on YouTube, yes, and the same
Nice.
shows are edited on YouTube as well.
Sweet.
So that started at the Wicked Weed show or the one before that?
That started with the Kyle
Bride.
sent us homebrew.
Gotcha. So we can get Wicked Weed on there. That's a good video show.
It
Well,
is.
I mean, I could go back and edit those to
oh, that
match.
one's not on there?
No, because
Get-
I started
just
this.
Wicked
I
Weed.
started this with episode 30 of season 2.
Like a white.
Shit.
So I could do Wicked Weed though. That was a really good one to get on there as a video too.
That was a good one.
It was. We had the guys. They're on
That was
video.
badass.
But
And then,
if, you,
and then we
if,
lost
parking
one
lot.
of them because sucker.
Yeah.
if you want to watch this on
Phone
video in a episodic format, then there it is.
Can you real quick? Can you just imagine them and be like, our beer? Hello. Nah, fuck it, sucker. It's walking into the bar.
Football. It's football.
Yeah, if you're not in America.
Yeah. So to everywhere else.
To
it's
everywhere
football.
else, yeah. To 90% of the world.
Because out here, it's because to everybody else, this is American football.
Yes, exactly. Brew the shit out of it.
And twins.
I think we're done now.
Twins. It was so terrible.
And burritos at 4 a.m. I love that.
Burritos at 4 a.m. Which is clearly that's the Taco Bell, right?
3:30 and go get a burrito.